Hi guys, Queen of Flannel here. Welcome back to the channel. And welcome to part 2 in our support Hanna Karlzon color along for February. If you missed the first part of this, let me flip to the image here. That's not the one. This is our image that we are working on for the month. And I will put a link to part 1 up in the corner where we did the background. I did play around with this off camera a little bit. I wanted to try and make these glass bottles look transparent, so I was playing around with the paint with some paint markers, and I wanted them to look transparent, but I didn't want them to disappear. And so I feel like that's kind of what happened. So I'm gonna try something different, but we'll do that at the end when we start doing some detail work. I think I might pull a different color paint pen. Same thing with her wings, and I might go in and do just a little bit of the pan pastel in her wings. Some of it is already in there, and I'm not planning on doing a whole lot with these, just maybe some really light shading with like a blue color along these lines. I want them to look see-through, but then so the background would need to slightly show through there, so we'll see. I have a couple ideas, but we're going to be working with Prismacolors, and those of you who have been around my channel know how I feel about Prismacolors. They're not my favorite. But we're a little older, a little wiser in our art journey, so we're gonna use the Prismacolors. And I've picked a preliminary handful of colors here. If I need to pull any more, I will pop off camera and do that. I don't like to have a whole bunch of colors on my desk. It makes it overwhelming, so typically I just pull a couple that I think I will need, and then go from there. So let's get started. And I think I am going to start with our rocks. And I've pulled, actually have, how many did I pull? I pulled a warm gray. Do I wanna, oh, I'm so confused, you guys. I had a plan. I swear I had a plan. Got Sandbar Brown. I don't want my mushrooms to look too much like my rocks. Actually, you know what? I'm so indecisive. We'll roll with it. So we're gonna start with, this is French Gray 20%. And this is going to be, if I can hold on to my pencil, this is going to be my base rock color here. And I'm really excited to get back into this image. I apologize that it's taken me so long. I had some rock back here, or what is this? You know what? It's a rock. We're making it a rock. Executive decision. I had some life things come up, and I started working on some future content. So I have a week that I will be doing at the base next month, and I still want to be able to have some stuff come out for you guys. So I started working on a project for that. It will be set to music. It will not be a color and chat. Since I'm filming it now, anything that I would talk about in it would be outdated by the time it out. And that should be. But yeah, so it'll be set to music. I have the first part of it done. Right now I just need to edit it, and then I might try and work on the second part. So it might end up being a 2, possibly 3-part series, and then I will just release one part Monday, Wednesday, and Friday while I'm gone. And that should give you guys what I like to put out each week. Try and get at least 2 or 3 out. Sometimes it doesn't always go to plan. But that's what's on the docket. And I'm hoping to start working on tomorrow's Watercolor Wednesday later on today. Sure, this is off first for another project. It is not. So, this is an empty Copic sketch marker that I filled with Gamsol. Not gonna lie to you guys, it is a game changer. Shout out to Jen for that tip. So wow, that red really. So I was working on another project over the weekend with this one, and the red colored pencil really does not want to come out of the. Right, so I'm just gonna give this initial layer a little bit of a pass with the Gamsol. And a couple rocks back there, and a couple spots we couldn't get to with the pan pastel, so I'll have to go in probably with a similarly colored pencil. And just do those little steps. So I decided I would just stick to kind of this pastel-y type theme, color scheme. And while we're waiting for our initial little pass over with the Gamsol on our rocks, I'm gonna start laying down some color. While we're waiting for that to dry, we'll start working on some of these leaves. And I forgot to sharpen this before I started recording, and I don't like using the electric sharpener on Prismacolors. And some of my Prismacolors are like old, and when I say old, I'm talking like thousands-ish old. They were, my husband had the super expensive wooden box. And then I got a newer set when I started getting back into coloring, and when I was organizing my office, I just combined them. So I'm gonna go in really lightly with some spring green. And then I have Sap Green Light. I'm not sure if I'm going to use or if I'm going to pull something else. We will see. I do like the tooth the fixative gives to the paper. So after the last video when we did the background, I went and sprayed it and let it sit for 24 hours, and I used the Krylon workable fixative. I actually like the little bit of the orange that got left behind that I did not erase out. Let's... Alright, I'm just gonna try this in a small area. I'm not sure how much I like this, like, sap green, the light sap green with the other colors, so maybe we'll just... Actually, that works better. Okay, so for these leaves, I'm going to layer the light sap green as my base color, and then go over top of it with the spring green. So it gives me a little bit of a darker color, but the spring green ties them together so they don't look like completely different color families and just super out of sync with each other. And then I probably will have to pull a couple different greens for my shading, but this is our base layer right now. We will worry about our shading and whatnot at the end. And I need to get a couple more of these empty Copic markers. Let's blend our greens out. I should have done all my leaves before I started blending with the Gamsol, but It's okay. Alright, so let's come over to this side over here and start working on these. I'm pretty pleased with the way this has turned out so far. And I like the pop of this green against the background. It's subtle, but so I've been playing this game on the phone called BeatStar, and it's like Beat Saber but for mobile. And you tap out the beat to the beat, and it gets progressively faster. And some of the songs are like extreme mode, and I'm addicted to it. I was playing it this morning while I had my breakfast. But it's fun. I just need to like not put any more money into it. That money could go to Copics, you guys. Which incidentally, speaking of Copics, I made a pretty solid solid score on Copics at Michael's over the weekend. So I had a 10% rewards voucher, and they were doing a buy one full price, get one 50% off. And I also had my military discount, and I got like four sets, four of like the 6-pack sets, for like $100, which I didn't think was bad at all. Okay, before we blend this, let's just, you know what, let's just get this color down. So I'm gonna just go in here and just touch up a little, and then I'll have to pull an orange to kind of oh, maybe I won't. We'll just put a little of the Deco Peach over here. And then that should be should only have to do this part once because I'm not doing a whole bunch of blending, and it should be fine just to fill in the little spaces that I missed, I couldn't get to with the pan pastels. Okay, so let's work on our mushroom. And I am going to start off with some ginger root. And I'm not worried about these the dots, little freckles. I can go over those with a different color. I'm trying to keep this just real simple. And let's sharpen this bad boy. Maybe. Alright, now I'm gonna go in with some, this is Sandbar Brown. And where did you go? That is French Gray. Put you back in bronze. Ginger root. There it is. And let's do some bronze for the speckles. And I am going to go kind of outside of these little circles with this. I kind of like the way it looks when the color almost looks like it's, or well, it does, when the color looks like it's expanding outside of the lines. So let's do a little bit around here. And a little bit up underneath the mushroom cap. I think for these, because it's a smaller area, I might just use the blender pencil for this one when I get to that point. Rather than the Gamsol marker. We'll see. Yeah. I don't dislike the way that looks. Alright, let's do the same thing on the second one. So, we got our ginger root down. So let me just give this one more pass with the ginger root, just so I make sure I've got a, good enough coat on there. And then we'll come in with the Sandbar Brown around edges. And around the bottom. And then with our bronze, color in our speckles. Cool. I like them. All right, so let's just focus on this bottle for right now. We'll work our way across the page. All right, so I'm gonna jump down here to the rocks, and this is French Gray 50, and I'm just going in here and adding some around the edges here. And then back in with my French Gray 20. Oops. That's okay. And this is French Gray 70. And I'm just going in these areas where I want a little bit more of a shadow. Cool. There's our rocks on that bottle. And let's do. First, I'm going to take a sip of my coffee that I keep forgetting is sitting on my desk. Let's do these rocks. There. And we got those rocks. And go over here and do these rocks. Okay. Pretty pleased with that. Let me see what else I've got in my bag of tricks that we can work on. Let's try and get the big mushrooms done. We're at about 45 minutes, so there will be a part 3. We still have to color our little fairy lady, and this actually now will give me a chance to pick some other colors off camera, and I may end up doing some of the shading on some of the plants. But let's go with, for these big mushrooms, let's go with the Deco Pink for our base color for these mushrooms. That is a super light color. Alright, let me see. So let's bring in some blush pink. And I'm going to have to pick a darker color to go with this for my shading. Which is fine. Actually, you know what? Let's get crazy here, you guys. We haven't used this one yet. Let's see what it does. Let's go for it. It's bronze, you guys. Even we're going earthy. I actually don't hate the way it looks. Oh, we took a risk. I colored this green. Alright, let's. No! I didn't want it to be green. Oh, that's unfortunate. Let's see what we can do. Ah, I thought I was paying attention to that. I thought it was. I thought it was the stem, from this plant right here. It looks like it would be the stem from that plant. Like, okay, so where's this one? Because this one goes up here. Ugh, it's just chilling there, you guys. All right, well, we've got a very, like, earthy. I could have just erased that, but I'm a glutton for punishment. All right, let's do the. Let's go with the bronze down in here. It's like baby food green. Let's see, what else? What do I have? Let's do a little shadowing in here with our French gray. You know, sometimes we take risks and they work out, and sometimes we take risks and maybe not so much. Not horrible, but we're gonna do it again. Alright, so blush pink. Alright, we're just gonna use the bronze and the French gray for this one. And I might see if I can correct the other one off camera. Alright, let's use some solvent on this bad boy. Make sure my brush is clean. Oh. Alright, that's fine. We'll go back over it. Although it gave me a nice highlight. This is fine. We'll just go back in with the French gray. Sometimes with the Gamsol, I mean it basically turns your pencil into almost like paint. So if you're not paying attention as you're moving your colors around, it can get really easy to muddy them up and actually lift some of your colors, especially your darker colors. So typically when I'm working with the Gamsol, I will do like a layer or two because you want to make sure that you have enough pigment around on your paper to move around with the solvent. If you don't, you're basically just putting solvent like into your paper and there's nothing for it to push around, and then you could end up with like a greasy stain on your paper. So make sure that you have at least a layer or two of your pencil around, and then or down, and then kind of, you know, dapple it around, work from your lighter areas into your dark, and then you know, it helps to fill in the white spaces of the paper so that you can then go back with pencils again and add more layers over the top to get, you know, your tone that you're looking for. So we'll give that a second to dry while I sip my coffee and contemplate my choices here. And then yeah, make sure that it's nice and dry before you attempt to go back in with any more pencils. So usually I try and only use the Gamsol for like my first couple layers, and then depending on what type or what pencil I'm using and how that pencil handles it, I'll just use the blender pencil or the pencils themselves to um blend for future layers. But let me zoom you guys see the whole picture. All right, so that's where we're at. We got some mushrooms done. We got a base color for our leaves down. I am not sure what I'm going to do with the little tiny mushrooms down there. I will ponder that before we get into part 3 and work on our little fairy lady here. So that's going to be it for part 2. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, please consider liking, subscribing, hit the bell to get notified when I post additional videos, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much.